This is a great looking map, and it isn't even on Source. This is for the original Counter-Strike, based on the even older than Source, Gold Source engine. This map was made by CD, and with upscaled textures on the props done by Chanets, and it was released to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Dust2, and it's spectacular. There are two versions of this map. The title ending SE is your standard Dust2 layout, but the other one extends it in all directions. Let me give you an example. Visually, I think it's more appealing than even the official Source-based versions of the map have been. It really pushes the engine as far as it can go. It appears to have a 3D skybox around the edges. This part is inaccessible, but it enables the map to portray expansive views of an impressive scale. I love the light glint on the domes at B. At first I thought it was a sprite cleverly hidden inside the dome itself, but it seems instead to be some kind of reflective layer, wrapped closely around the outside of these domes to mimic sunflare. Gold Source didn't even have cube maps, merely a primitive 2D chrome effect, so I have no idea how he's managed to make such effective looking reflections here. The illusion only breaks if you stand here and then turn your head around, causing it to dance all over the structure. But it's an impressive trick that caught my eye the moment I set eyes upon it. A similar trick has been used on this leaking oil just here. The game let you apply a 2D image to a 3D model, and it gave it a reflective effect. It was used on the ninjas and on the metal bits of creatures in Half-Life 1, but this is the first time I've seen it used elsewhere, and for different kinds of effects. It's impressive trickery, given the constraints of the game engine. And there's an impressive level of detail on the items scattered about the level. This destroyed tank here looks great. So does this car at Long A, which has 3D details which exceed the sort of quality I've come to expect from the game. The texture work is equally impressive, and I wonder if this number plate is a reference to anything in particular. He has baked the shadows of things into the level, since the original game didn't have support for the same real-time lighting that CSGO has. And there's this fireplace in B tunnels, and it has pieces taken out of the surrounding walls. This level of detail is better than some of the stuff seen in Counter-Strike Source. Imagine if this map had come out in 2001. It's advised over on the Game Banana page that this map requires a whopping 128 megabytes of RAM to run. It's like a weird dream, isn't it? A new version of Dust2. But for an old game, and with seemingly limitless places to explore. If any map deserves to be the definitive version of Dust2 but with a year stable to the end, it's this one. There are some really neat details, like water that you can jump in to soften your fall. Or these canopies, which look like they'd soften your fall, only to tear and to let the ground break it for you instead. And I'm not sure if this was intended or not, I suspect it was, but an old cave can be found at the top of Middle, which Dust2 used to have back before release. This area served as one of the bomb sites. The balconies and walkways above add something really convincing to this map. I feel like most places in Counter-Strike feel like corridors, disguised to look like places. But this map feels so extensive in every direction, especially with so much going on above your head, that it reaches that next level of immersion. In case you wondered why it's Dust2 2020 and not Dust2 2021, versions have been coming out since about 9 months ago, but he has impressively managed to stick to his goal of releasing the finalised version exactly 20 years after the original came out on March the 13th, 2001. And it remains faithful to the original by having a tribute to Nothing, a mapper for Counter-Strike who produced Siege and Docks. He died back in the year 2000, but he lives on thanks to his brother who maintained his maps for the game, and through other mappers who have kept his name in maps such as Aztec, Dust2, and now Dust2 2020. CD promises that the next Dust2 remake will be released in the year 2050. Download Dust2 2020 for Half-Life or Counter-Strike using the links in this video's description.